This morning we had a speaker named Anthony J, whose lecture, the topic of his lecture was, let me say, I think it was called uh, something about estrogenics, about estrogen or chemicals and pesticides in our environment. And I heard him say something about chia and flax. I don't want to say this wrong, but something to the effect that the lignans in them had dramatically higher estrogen or something like that in chia and flax than any other seeds. Can you help me out? What was he saying? Is this a concern? Should I avoid chia and flax because it's more estrogenic than other seeds and nuts?
Yikes.
Well, flax seeds are the most concentrated source of lignans on the planet, and lignans are a phytoestrogen, and that's why they're so protective. So
they block estrogen from hitting the breast of the prostate. And flax seeds have 20 milligrams per tablespoon, and sesame seeds on whole have about 20 milligrams per tablespoon, and chia seeds about 7 milligrams per tablespoon. And we are striving to eat more lignans in our diet. That makes we add it to it actually blocks the estrogen receptors from being overly stimulated and makes a person, protects us against hormonally sensitive cancers.
they're highly anti-carcinogenic.
Mm-hmm.
There was a study on women who had breast cancer, and they followed them for 10 years, and they tracked their lignan consumption, and those in the highest quartile of lignan consumption had a 71% lower risk of death over that 10-year period from the increased, and they weren't eating that much lignans, by the way. We recommend much more, and they're obviously not waiting to get cancer to start using them. But so this is...
No, sorry, I didn't mean to say that there. I was going to say, like, some of the strongest data I think we have for individual food components and mortality risk is actually with lignans. So when we consume lignans, they get converted or broken down into something called enterolactones, and we can measure the levels of that in our blood. So this is better than survey data where you're surveying people on what they consume. You can actually measure the levels that they have, so you know roughly how much they're consuming. And higher levels of these enterolactones are associated with, I believe it was a 45% lower risk of mortality and 30% lower risk of cardiovascular disease, or vice versa, in a meta-analysis that was published just a few years ago. Like, that's incredibly strong data of the health benefits of consuming lignans. So I would say go for it. That is something we should be encouraging.
By the way, of interest is that the Canadian flax seeds have lower amounts of cadmium compared to the American, us states or other countries grown. So we sometimes look to buy them on the Canadian tundra up there, have the best flax seeds with lowest contamination.
Today, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is the level of cadmium at such a point at this time, Joel, that you would really tell folks eating American-grown flax seeds to limit their intake during a week? Is it concerning to you?
Yeah, because you know why? There's cadmium all over the soils and plastic in the soils, and we try to do the best we can. And if I can get a flax seed that's been, why not? If I'm eating it tablespoons a day, why not get one that is clean? So anything I know I can get a company that makes it clean in a better soil, might as well lower my cadmium level in my diet, right? I'm not being fanatical about it, but I think that if I know the company's tested them, I have lower levels, might as well buy theirs,